Hey there guys, Izzy here. Welcome back today. I am super excited to share with you one of my favourite vintage watches, the Citizen Bullhead Chronograph with flyback function. Mine was made in 1974. Now let's dive into what makes this watch so special and why it continues to captivate watch enthusiasts around the world, and why the F is it so expensive. First off, let's talk about the design. The Citizen Bullhead gets its name from the unique placement of its pushers and crown at the top of the case, resembling the horns of a bull. This design isn't just for looks, it was actually intended to make the chronograph easier to use while driving. Now let's travel back in time to the 1970s. The world was grooving to disco bell-bottoms for all the rage, and Citizen was making waves in the watch industry. In 1972, Citizen released the A110A automatic chronograph movement, which was a big deal. The movement featured a flyback function, allowing the chronograph to be reset and restarted with a single push. This was a feature usually reserved for high-end watches, making the Bullhead a standout. The Bullhead's dial is a work of art. It features a reverse panda configuration with white subdials on a black background, giving it a sporty yet classy look. And let's not forget the 8110A movement inside. This movement was Citizen's answer to the Seiko 6139, but with a few key differences. Unlike the 6139, the 8110A could be hand-wound and featured the flyback function, making it versatile and reliable choice for watch lovers. And of course, you probably recognise the watch from the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Brad Pitt's character Cliff Booth sports a Citizen Bullhead. This cameo brought the watch back into the spotlight, and it's been a hot topic for collectors ever since. Now, why do I have one, and why are you watching a video of me talking about one? If you're like me, I can almost guarantee that you've probably been trawling the internet, because you may have seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or you may have seen somebody else feature one on their watch collection, and you also may have done a eBay search and gone, oh my gosh, how much is that watch? I remember when I was looking for my watch, some of the examples that had scratched and damaged bezels, the sides were worn through to stainless steel, and these things were like $1,200. Now, you might be wondering where I got mine from, and it found me. I was at my local antique jewelry store, and I was looking around, and the sign on the front said watches inside, and I thought, ooh, I better go have a look. And so I went inside, had a chat to the lady. Inside was like a bargain bin box, and inside that bargain bin box was a small gold thing. I thought, what is that? And as soon as she opened the packet, I was like, no way. There's no way that that's my watch. There's no way. See, you're probably like me, and you've given up hope trying to find one. I wore a replica for a very, very, very long time, probably 8 months, and I loved that replica to death. It was the best. I had completely settled that that was going to be my Citizen Bullhead, and I'm okay with that. And then all of a sudden, inside a small container without a band, inside a little plastic bag with a small tag that said Citizen Bullhead, and it had a price tag of $250. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's no way. And I ended up talking them down to $220, purely because I thought it was fake. I got it home, I started doing some research, and I took the back apart like I'm going to now. Don't worry, I'm going to give you plenty of time to view the watch. And I popped the back off, and there it was. The beautiful, beautiful 8110A Citizen movement. Couldn't believe my eyes. Couldn't believe my luck. It's all there. It's all original. Beautiful. Let me get it to stick out so I don't damage it. There she is. 8110A. Absolutely stunning. There's its heart beating away. Now, from what I understand, I've done a little bit of research, and this watch, my watch here, is from 1974. So there's two differences. I think the earlier models, sorry, let me get that right. I believe the earlier models have a metal insert in here, and the later models have a plastic insert. May be wrong, but they made a few variations of them. Now, why is it so expensive? So my understanding is that this watch came out when there was the quartz crisis. So watch companies had done away with automatic movements, and they were moving into the quartz industry, and there was a real panic. So a few of the larger companies actually went bust. I know that I can't think of the name. The Swatch Group was formed during this time as a way of bailing out. No, I've lost it. Can't think of it. But anyway, do a quick Google search about the quartz crisis. It's fascinating. And this watch, when it came out, it was a bit of a fingers up in the air to the quartz movements. It was Citizen saying, "Yeah, we understand. Everyone wants a quartz movement, but we're still going to make one of these." Obviously, it came in a bunch of different variants, but this one is quite stunning. A few things to consider with this movement is it's actually a very small watch. Like, you see some images, you'll see the images online, and you think, oh yeah, sort of in your head you have an idea of what it's going to look like, but when you finally get it into your hands, it's tiny. It's very, very small. It's almost small enough to be a woman's watch by today's standards. I was really surprised. So the reason for this video, I went online, I was reading an awesome article, and they talked about a company called Red Monkey. Now I got in touch with Red Monkey, and they're going to be manufacturing me, well they are now, they're manufacturing me a Cliff Booth tobacco style band. And it's made from real leather. It's all handmade. So I'm really excited about that. That's coming from America. I live in Australia. So what I'm going to be doing is, obviously I'll be fitting that band. As you could see earlier, the dial is, the crystal is absolutely scratched to hell. So I've ordered a new crystal. I decided not to get a crystal and bezel. I decided just to get a crystal because I wanted to keep the original bezel. And look at this. There's a couple of little dings, like you can see here, but not deep enough to have damaged the gold plating. Sorry, I've lost track. It's just such a beautiful watch. So at the moment I've managed to find on eBay, I've got a crystal coming. Obviously you can see that the seconds hand is not only bent, but it's actually looks like someone's painted it themselves. And you can see these two hands are missing as well. So it looks like there's these gold hands are damaged, but that's actually like oil. So my theory is that the watch was sitting upside down inside the jewelry box, and somehow some oil's leaked, because there was oil that was leaked into this part of the dial. I've cleaned off, and then it had made its way onto the hands as well. I was too scared to try and clean the hands while they're on. So I'm just going to wait till the new ones come, and I'll pull it off and give it a really good clean. The dial's all in absolutely immaculate condition, so it doesn't look like it now, but underneath that crystal, it shines. It's beautiful. As you can see, all of the applied markers are still there. There's no damage to any of the writing. So yeah, you can see that gold rim in there. That's because I haven't aligned it properly when I put the back on. One thing to note is my day hand is white and the numbers are black. So I have a theory that this watch was being restored prior to my purchase, and it was before the movie came out, and they couldn't get parts for it. I know it wasn't really till after the movie came out that people started manufacturing the It wasn't until after the movie came out that people started manufacturing parts for these. So obviously they're not going to be authentic Citizen parts, but hey, I'm just happy that it exists. I'm happy that it's mine. I'm happy that I'll get to wear it. The reason I've gone to the trouble of getting the Red Monkey band is because it's I want this to be an heirloom for my son. I'm going to take care of it during my lifetime, and then I'm going to hand it over to him when I pass away eventually. I paid 460 Australian dollars, sorry, 465 Australian dollars for the band, which in my eyes is a bargain, considering Red Monkey are the other company that manufactured the band for the movie, and they often make bands for Brad Pitt as well. I've had a couple of email conversations with Red Monkey, and they're just unbelievably considerate, unbelievably thoughtful. They even supplied me with a video of how to fit the strap. Yeah, highly rate them. Customer service is second to none. I haven't received my band yet, but I only ordered it about a week ago, so I'm not expecting any miracles. Yeah, so that's the watch. Absolutely stunning. I love it. Oh, before I forget, this is my Citizen now. This is my Citizen 3520-8930742. Nope, I lied. I don't know which one this is. BF 2018-52E. Apologies for that. The reason I'm showing you this is because I wanted to give you a comparison of the size of the watch. Now this is quite a small men's dress watch, and the case including the case is almost the same size as a standard men's dress watch. So when you get this little guy in your hands, it'll actually surprise you how small this dial is. Like right now it looks massive because I'm zoomed right in, but it's actually tiny. It's very, very small watch. So it's almost impossible to see now when I have it on my wrist. So I'm really excited, looking forward to getting the new crystal, so I can actually admire the dial, and read the time. Because it honestly is so small. I really didn't realize it was such a small watch. So it's tiny and it sits proud. It sits right up high on your wrist. I wore it to work, and I dinged it in the bathroom wall as I was walking out. So, that's me being careful. So I've really got to be careful where I wear this and what I'm doing when I'm wearing it, because it really sits proud. Like, I'll probably do a comparison actually. Yeah, like that. It's nearly double the thickness of a standard watch. That really surprised me. I honestly, when I looked at the pictures of it, when I looked at it in the movie, it looked like it was quite a large watch. And normally I wouldn't go for such a small watch, but what are you going to do? It's a Citizen Bullhead. You've got to have one. Got to have one in your collection. So there you go. So I really hope this answers any questions that you may have had about the watch. I know that you're probably still watching this because you fell in love with it as well, as much as I did. So I really hope it answers your questions. Throw a comment down below if you want me to answer any more questions about it. The next video I'm going to do is going to be me fitting the leather strap, hopefully doing the hands, hopefully doing the dial. Like, the dial's coming from like the Philippines and the hands are coming from like Italy or something. So it's fingers crossed that they get here. I've paid for them, so we'll see how we go. And all of the shipping information is either in Philippine or in Italian, so it's anyone's guess. I hope you have a great evening, guys, and I hope this answers any questions, and I've loved hanging out with you. Yeah, best of luck with your watch hunting, and I really hope you get yourself a Citizen.